All right. Well, PlayStation has their 30th anniversary coming up in December. And I mean, of course, they've already had, like the special 30th anniversary version of the PS5, along with additional controllers and stuff that it has the color scheme of the original PS1. Looks fantastic. If it wasn't for the fact that I have no desire to get a PS5, I absolutely would have wanted to get one because I love that aesthetic. I have lots of fond memories of the original PlayStation. Um, but there was a let me just bring up the article here from Game Rant. So I'll just read specifically what they say. So December 3rd could be a big day for PlayStation fans as the community has begun speculating that Sony will be hosting a special showcase event for the console's 30th anniversary. Now, of course, Sony hasn't actually announced anything officially, and a lot of times when you have PlayStation fans coming up with this stuff, it's just like with Nintendo fans, people getting themselves hyped up for absolutely nothing. But this one actually has a good reason to believe that this could actually happen. So, Sony just put out a Play Has No Limits advertisement that includes a little Easter egg in it. And that Easter egg, let me find this here. At around the 46-second mark of the advertisement, the numbers 03, 12, 20, 24 can be seen on a train station schedule board, which many now believe is a clear tease for the next major PlayStation event. Now, for those who are not aware, I would imagine most people are in Europe. They do the date before the month. So 3/12 would be December 3rd. And then 2024, the time, of course, the year 2024. So now it is, of course, certainly possible that this is just an Easter egg that's simply saying that December 3rd, 2024 is the 30th anniversary, which it is. But it could also be that this is teasing an event that's going to be shown for the 30th anniversary. So what are your thoughts?
I might have to agree with the fans on this one. I feel like something this large, just to have something teased in this way for something this big, it just doesn't make sense. So I would have to agree that something is being shown. What it could be, I don't know. It would be great if they said, "Hey, we're gonna revive some older IPs," just to sort of help I guess bolster that nostalgia that people have, considering the fact this is the 30th anniversary. So maybe bring over some older games like Jack and Daxter. Maybe when was the last time we had a game like those? Maybe something from the original PS1 generation. I don't know, like maybe Ape Escape, Legend of Dragoon, like remake or something like that. Something from that generation that they could remake for a new generation. Like this is the one time I would say remake something, something from the original console. Like that's the perfect thing to remake. But no, let's remake games that came out on the last console we had. But I do feel like something is going to be shown. Hopefully it's not something that we don't already know, something that just came out. I feel remastering something which doesn't remaster. Hopefully it's something that is a little older. I mean, if they want to, announce, hey, we've got Gravity Rush coming, that would be great if they want to do that. I mean, it's not a PS1 game, but hey, I'll take that too. Especially if you port it over to PC. But I don't know. I don't know what I feel like I should expect. I feel like my expectations should be really tempered, but at the same time, I feel like this is a great time to get all of those people who were there for the original PS1 and try to recreate the games that were made their childhoods awesome, the games that they really enjoyed. This is the perfect time to do that. But I feel like that's really wishful thinking, but I could be wrong, and I would really love to be wrong in this case, that, they're really gonna really give a nice, good surprise. But who knows? They might just say, "Hey, we've got more PS Slims available as part of the 30th anniversary. Go buy one. They're in stock now. For you, $350." But yeah. Now, one thing I will actually like to see is, or at least this is that does have to relate to that, but just because you mentioned it and I'm thinking about it now, see if they have the DualSense controller sold separately, because I would really be interested in getting, just that original PS1 variant of the controller, because that does look good. But
I'm pretty sure it's already sold out. You can only buy it directly through PlayStation's thing, through PlayStation Direct, and I'm pretty sure it sold out immediately after they brought it up.
Ugh. Okay then. Never mind then. Want to restock that for the 30th anniversary, Sony? I'll buy one then. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is very possible that they're going to have something. Of course, it could very well just be literally this is just an Easter egg referring to the date of the 30th anniversary, and there won't be anything whatsoever. Instead of remastering PS1 games, remaking PS1 games, they could just do Last of Us Part 2 remake. And launching day and date on PC. And it will hopefully, just as a side note, hopefully whenever they actually do bring The Last of Us Part 2 over to PC, as much as I don't want it to be on PC, they'll actually use a good port studio that knows what they're doing, instead of using one that just did a horrendous job. Okay, so I'm gonna go off on just a quick side thing, because we're getting through faster than usual. So of course, the PS5 Pro just came out, and there's one article, I believe is from The Verge, where they're talking about pros and cons of the PS5 Pro, and of course they bring up the typical argument of I can bring up this game on my PS5 and it just works immediately. I don't have any problems with it. And the game that they use to compare is The Last of Us Part 1, which of course is notoriously the worst port that PlayStation has put out for PC. It's like, yes, you're comparing. I mean, it's like, first of all, the person was saying that they're using a $300 graphics card. It's like, okay, so what's that, like a 1080 or something? An old graphics card, which was good for its time, but isn't as good now. And then furthermore, you're talking about a really bad PC port. Why didn't you compare one of the good ports, like Spider-Man Remastered, or God of War, or Ratchet and Clank, or one of the many other amazing ports that are on PC? And it's obviously because then they would have to be honest, theoretically, and point out that, it looks and runs better on PC. But I digress. Okay.
Well, don't forget one last thing. Just a little note to tack on is that The Verge is also the company that gave us that wonderful how to build a PC video.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh man,
forgot
about that. I totally forgot about that. I'm gonna have to share that in the Discord. Just be like, yeah, this is the same Verge.
Difference where your live strong, rich strap ass you build it.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Man, that was embarrassing. That was absolutely embarrassing how bad that was.
Oh.
If you put the power supply directly in the frame, I mean directly in the case, it could short circuit. Then I seem to remember like it was using like a ton of thermal paste on their CPU. It was like a tablespoon of thermal paste, and it's just like, dude, what? Oh man,
Oh man.
I totally forgot about that. That's funny. Uh yeah. So let's see here. Okay, that's right. Going back on topic, so that potential PlayStation to showcase for the 30th anniversary. I hope they do something, and I hope they did something good. I just I've been so underwhelmed by what PlayStation has been doing lately, to where I just have a feeling it's going to be on the same level as like how Nintendo disappoints us time and again. It's just like you expect too much out of them, and then they give you garbage. I mean, like I love the design of the PS5 Pro with the 30th anniversary design. You know, going back to the classic colors and all that. Like that's fantastic. I mean, it wasn't unexpected, but it's still fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I just I'm keeping my expectations low, and hopefully they will prove me wrong on that front. But either way, we'll just have to wait and see. December 3rd is a few weeks away, and hopefully there will actually be something good and something significant. I just don't expect anything. All right. Any more thoughts on that before we move on past, well, before we finish up the news for the night?
No, I think I'm good.
All right.